Hello and welcome to this video. We're going to be talking about why you can't find an H-1B visa sponsor. So if you are a foreign professional or if you're an international student, you know that in order to stay in the US, you do have to get an H-1B visa, which is a 3-year visa that your company will sponsor so that you have that legal status to work in the US. So if you're watching, you might have an OPT or a CPT right now, which should last you about a year or 17 months if you're in a STEM field. But a lot of people come to me and they have certain misconceptions about why they don't have a job. Certain people think that, oh, it's because of my status. And the thing is, it is slightly harder for you than for just green card holders or US citizens, but it's not impossible because it's your job search process is pretty much identical to, what an American would go through, only that you're trying to find companies that are really a little bit more financially stable because they should be able to sponsor your H-1B visa, which can run anywhere between $4,000 to $7,000, and it does require some paperwork. But the thing is, it's not impossible, but it all boils down to, can you find the right person? So notice I did not say anything in terms of, are you experienced? Are you, do you have the right degrees? Because let's face it, if, people without even college educations, they can be college dropouts, it can start companies. People who, you might know some of these people who are not that bright, who, don't even, not even that qualified. They may have no internships, and I was one of those people who had no internships, but were actually able to get a job. And why is that? It's not really what you have, it's actually how you present it. And why do I say that? If you've ever seen people who are not as smart as you, not as qualified you get the job, if you think that, they were kissing ass, or, they just knew people inside, that's the reason why, right? Because they understood what kind of person the employer was looking for. And I actually had an interesting chat with a friend the other day, and she said when she worked in HR, it wasn't necessarily the experience, it wasn't necessarily the fact that they were more qualified. Sometimes it just boils down to fit, right? And it was so interesting to hear the story from the other side of the table. It was like, sometimes they just wanted somebody who was a little bit more outgoing. And, all the other skills, I've been in companies and they can train people from the ground up. And they actually would rather have done that because some companies, they like to, start over with a fresh slate. They didn't want people who had bad habits from other groups. And I just gave you a gem right here. If you have not that much experience, you can actually turn that into a strength, right? You can say, I don't have that many bad habits, and I can just start over fresh, and because I'm a new student, I'm really receptive to new ideas, right? So that's a strength, right? And sometimes people also think, oh, it's my English. Okay, look, they're not looking for a TOEFL teacher. You don't have to be perfect in English. They understand that, you as a foreign skilled worker, you have things to bring to the table other than the fact that you know perfect English, right? And honestly, unless you're trying to be an English teacher, nobody cares. There might be grammatical mistakes in, your speech. You may have an accent, but if you can really present yourself as a perfect person to do the job, all those other things don't matter, right? And the thing is, in the interview, there's only so many questions they can ask, right? They're not going to ask you about your personal life. They're not going to ask about, how many pets do you have? So it's pretty easy to prepare because if you do a Google search, you'll know, most of the questions that they will ask in an interview, not only on the behavior ones, but even on the technical interview. So it's just your amount of preparation for the interview that your English level matters. And honestly, if you can understand me right now, you're good. All right. And the next part I want to talk about is when people think that they need more education. They think, so let's do a disclaimer here because I graduated from Berkeley, and obviously when before I came here, I saw it as important to get a good degree from a good college. But as I proceed and as I kind of look at people's careers, and honestly, why does that matter? Why does the education matter? The education matters, of course, if you're, a neurosurgeon, and I don't want you to be I don't even want you to be near me if you are, bad at academics there. But if you can't, if the only reason why you want to get a further degree is because you can't find a job, guess what? Your degree is not going to teach you how to find a job. Like, your degree is going to teach you how to be more advanced, but that problem will still persist, right? Like, you will still wonder, you will still have no idea how to answer, what's my greatest weakness, and you wouldn't know the right way to answer, tell me about yourself, because you spend so much time on the technical aspect. I mean, you could be the best person in the world, right? But if you don't actually tell people you're finding a job, nobody's going to know that they can hire you. Well, unless they ask, right? So I want you to think about, are you actually getting another degree because you want to, or because you're scared of not being able to find a job? Because those are totally different things. Like, I have people who come to me from like a few months ago, and I do a discovery call with them, and I see what's going on, and I give some advice and tips, and if it's a right fit, I offer an opportunity to work with me. But sometimes they just don't take up on it because they want to think about it, and fine, they think about it, and after like 5 months or something, they're still in the exact same situation. Like, they don't know how to go about it, and they think like time is going to be the thing that fixes it. But honestly, if it was time, wouldn't you rather know it earlier than later? And if you think about it, the money that you lose, and just like the sanity that you lose, like when you're in a job search, it's a full-time job, right? So wouldn't you rather have it earlier than later? So the thing with a lot of people is, like, they trust in college degrees and they trust in all these certifications, but when it comes to like really investing themselves outside of that, they're a little bit scared. But I trust that if you've, watched this video, you've gotten some value already out of it. And if you're interested in learning how, how does this apply to your situation? Because if you watch this video, you might identify it, but I still don't really know how to help you unless we have, face-to-face, Skype conversation or a phone chat. So if you're interested, I'm offering a complimentary 30-minute consultation, and I've put the information down below in the description. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the other side.